This is Elitom El-Amin, Breatharian. And here I am in wonderful India, and I'm out doing my daily works. My daily works of living. You don't have to try to live. However, some of the things I do, some people will say, what do you do for your meditation? What do you do for your training? But there is no training because for me, it came part of the lifestyle. It came part of my identity. So I don't look at it as like that. This is just what I do as my daily life. Now, discipline is a word that scares a lot of people because it's sort of like something that's being forced on you. And I ran into a lot of people who grew up in families where there was a lot of discipline. So since they got older, they hate the word discipline because it seems so rigid. However, discipline is on the spiritual levels and degrees because that's where we get the word disciple. Disciple is a spiritual degree. And a disciple is a person that have gathered theoretical knowledge. They got the head knowledge, the education, but they also incorporated the practice. In other words, doing what you say you're going to do. Cultivating it, energy cultivation. So a lot of people, they want to come on this breatharian journey just because they got an idea, the theoretical knowledge, but they don't understand how to incorporate the practices because they have to become disciplined. Now, it's all in the brain and it's all in the mind. But again, that goes hand in hand because your mind is going to display how your body is functioning and what you're doing on a day-to-day level. So it's still one and the same. See, there is no separation of the mind and the body. Whatever you make changes on the physical body, you're making changes in the mind. Now let's look at that word transmutation. That sounds like a real deep word, which it is. And it's kind of close to transformation. When something makes a transformation, you can physically see it. A person lost a lot of weight. A person who made a transformation on changing their clothes. But transmutation is a lot different because it requires a lot more effort in order to bring forth the energy of something. Now, transmutation is a thing that they used in ancient times for the word alchemy, where you had your alchemists, and the whole idea was to take a base metal and change it into gold or into something that's more precious. So when you're on a breatharian journey, you are making a transmutation, to transform your physical body into a mediocre lifestyle, a mediocre way of living, to something that's fantastic. That's the great work. That's one with creation. That's one with nature. It's in you, but it has to be incorporated, you understand, through a discipline. So as you gather the head knowledge, the theoretical knowledge, you must now meditate and put into your life the practice. That's why they got a thing called practicing medicine. That's just out on the medical field. That's a person who's practicing it. Or you got a holistic practitioner. It's more than a person talking herbs and this and that. They are practicing it because you practicing what you preach. So therefore, you should know a lot more on what's taking place on that avenue. You have to see, since you're an energy being, you have to, by your nature, you must master your nature. And you should be good at energy work because it's in your nature. It's part of your nature. But in the beginning stages, since we're resurrecting from the dense level of a frequency, you understand the straight physical, this frozen, that's going a lot slower. That's why it's at the lower vibration. It's easy to get stuck there or you feel like you're stuck. However, there's a law of vibration that's in the Hermetic laws, the universal laws, that everything vibrates, everything moves, so you're never stuck. You can't get stuck. All you have to do is come into the awareness of this, and that's one of the first laws you should start practicing. Understanding you're not stuck and slow down, and your body and your mind will eventually, what? Vibrate to raise its frequency because it does it by its nature. But when you don't know this, you keep thinking that your thoughts is you, the situations is you, the circumstances is you. So people do things to keep them back at that low vibration, thinking that's them, and it's not you. So the discipline comes into play. That's when you start, what? putting in some effort, trying, because you are doing a great work by resurrecting from the lower vibration into the higher vibration. Now, everything goes into set cycles and stuff like this. So there's some people you don't understand how energy works. 1 minute you be doing all of this effort, all of this work, and your energy goes up. Then all of a sudden you think you failed or did something wrong because you might start eating a whole lot or start doing other things, and your energy seems like it's going down and you feel like you lost it, but you didn't lose it. How energy works is you're going up and down. When you're coming down, you didn't fail. You're gaining momentum because you're going to go back up again. So when you understand this, or whatever habit you're doing, stick with the practices and stay disciplined, even though you might seem like you're eating a whole lot or eating things that's bad for you and stuff like this. But stay disciplined because you're gaining momentum. You're going to go back up again. So you'll start going on this spiral because you're a system of energy like waves going up and down until eventually you can break through the hiddenness of creation. You can break through the veil. And when you break through the veil and get to another vibration to where you can consistently will stay on an upward swing where the lower frequencies of vibrations don't tempt you no more. That's why I can walk through a place where eating and food is everywhere and don't bother me because my vibration is at a higher level. Do you understand this? But before you get there, the only way you're going to get there is by transmutating the energies that's in you. See, the forces is in you, they just need to be what? Transformed, like your liver, for instance. Let's make it down to earth. It's working at a level now where it's used to digesting food. That's why you got the knowledge saying, and when you eat something, your liver breaks it down and it gets out the nutrients and everything that it needs. But the people who gave that to you is people who's eating, so what else they going to give you? But when you start working on these levels of the discipline, there's a reason why the spiritual practices last for thousands of years. It's for those seekers who's taking it seriously. And that's the great work. So you can break the level of what? Reincarnation. Break the level of death going into life continually into immortality. And all religions on the planet talks about physical immortality. Now you believe everything else, or you pick and choose what you want to believe, but you don't see that because you've been born into the lower frequency where everybody around you been dying. Everybody been sick. Now your body, this physical body, is the manifestation or the gateway or the window to the invisible forces. And the first manifestation, you got to take this to heed. All religions on the planet too is talking about the tree of life. What is the tree of life? It's in you. This is the garden. It's your central nervous system. It looks just like a tree. Go look on Google or the internet and get a picture of it. It looks just like a tree without no leaves. You got all of these things going through you, and it's pumping life through you, pumping fluids through you, pumping everything you need, all the hormones you need. And it's in coordination with the bigger universe. But you must start taking care of the central nervous system at a higher level. You must cultivate the tree. You must what? Meditate, be disciplined, be dedicated to bring a higher energetic force through your central nervous system, and it will heal the rest of the garden. The garden ain't out there. Your body's the garden. And where they use that word, the tree of good and evil. That's not a straight negative tree. What that is saying, you are in duality. You live in duality. If you got good, you got evil. If you got hot, you got cold. If you got black, you got white. If you got male, you got female. That's okay. Just identify what it is. But your main goal in life is to eat off the tree of life, which is your central spinal cord. And when it opens up to a certain degree, it don't need to what? Go to the things that's external from it that will never fulfill it. That's why everybody's in a cycle. Why am I keep feeling hungry? Hunger is what kills you. You must conquer that. You must outgrow it. You must come back to the tree of life, which is your center, which is your central nervous system. The 33 degrees of the what? The spinal cord. That's your 33 degree again. See, and all this knowledge is here, But you got to take it out of the head now and get disciplined and transmute the energies in you so they can start vibrating at a higher level. And then your intestines vibrating at a higher level. It's actually storing the energy that's needed through the mesentery nerves and stuff like this, because your brain is all about the brain. See, it uses the most energy, but it don't have nowhere to store it. That's why you need to transmute the rest of the body in order to store the energy so the brain can keep functioning. Your mind will become expanded. This is why they say expanded consciousness. Don't let these words fool you. You got to put it all together. Stay with the teachings, keep learning, keep growing. You understand? And now get you a discipline and take it seriously. This is what it's about now. Do you know how powerful yoga is? I'm just bringing that up. Not saying you got to go do yoga, but yoga is powerful. It just ain't no stretching. That's a science of your anatomy. That's a science to open up channels. They even tell you that it's better to practice on an empty stomach. It's giving you all the keys. It opens up blood flow. It gets you back healthy again. It opens up the central nervous system. It opens up the psoas muscles that goes to the hips so the energy could come to the earth to feed the body more. But you got to take it seriously to see those type of fruits. And then when you hear about those things in yoga, where it says a yogi could go without eating, a yogi could do this, a yogi can do that. That's true through a person who's disciplined. You'll see all those fruits. But you ain't going to do it playing around. Yoga one time a week. I used to from the land it used to be. Don't understand your value, your effort. You're worth more than any house, any vehicle on this planet. And this physical body that we're in. See, the old spirituality put it down. Now, I respect the old masters who was here before, who left us good information. I am not the body. I am this. I am that. But on these levels, I am my body. This is mine. This is my house. This is how I'm looking at the center of the universe. And I'm going to transmute it and take it with me. I'm going to transmute it and turn it from a base metal into gold. You understand? We're balling at a whole nother level now. We outgrew those other things. Those were just messengers. And keep in mind that a messenger don't have to do the message. Always keep that in mind. All they're doing is just giving a message. But for those who got the message, you take the message, you read it, you understand it, and do you carry out your orders. Your job, for those who can catch this, is to resurrect in this lifetime to your fullness. You don't see death. Death, you're supposed to conquer it all the way live. You're a self-sustaining tree of life. You are to get rid of fear. What are you afraid of? Money. That's child's play. A house. A car. That's what you're crying about. That's child's play. That's why this virus is happening. Some of you going to lose a lot of that so you can wake up and learn. This is what it's about. Don't be afraid. Just let it go. So you can what? Get disciplined. Become a disciple. Cultivate yourself and come back into your fullness. Do you know your skin supposed to be glowing? Your eyes supposed to be glowing? All this stuff. You ain't supposed to be walking around looking bad. Right. You're supposed to be smiling every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Every day. Because this is a beautiful world. But it happens again when you are opening up those channels. You keep them open because it's your responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility. The doctor down the street, the scientist who's sitting over there. They can't even do what I can do. How they going to tell me, and you up there waiting for them to give a report to confirm it? It already been confirmed. This knowledge is from ancient times. It's all in the what? Scriptures. All across the planet. No matter if they've been tampered with or not, there's a code within them. See, let's take the Bible, for instance. Do you know that's a living document? It's a document from our ancestors to what? Bring you into your universal laws and your birthright right now. Psalms 119, Psalms, when you take the word, means lamps. A lamp is a light. Those are the light of the principles. When you keep the principles and align with them, it gives you the promises of what's supposed to happen. You ain't supposed to die. You ain't supposed to get sick. You'll always be healthy. Your offspring will be healthy. Everybody around you be happy. You'll create a new world, and the universe will come back you up for any low vibrational person. That's what it says. But you must get the document. and put it to use, because those are universal laws. Man don't make laws, man make rules. That's why rules always can be broken. Now, ain't nothing wrong with rules because we're social creatures. But if the rules go against universal laws, that's what we know is wrong. So you are to come into the law that the universe give, that nature give, and that's when the promises will be fulfilled. Oh man, did I say that? Yes, I did. So again, I hope you got a lot out of this. And we'll be doing a lot of things. Take advantage of this time period of the lockdown, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, and keep growing. That's what it's all about, no matter what situation you're in. Your situation you're in is designed for you. Don't look at my situation. It's designed for you to grow, and the keys is already there. That's why you're there. That's why you chose it. You're a God just like I am. Now, I ain't got to tell you you're a God. You should already know it. You speak for yourself. If you don't want to be, that's fine too. But when I say I'm a God, don't come messing with me. I ain't backing down. I'm creating. And I'm transmuting myself. I am upgrading myself into my true God form. Straight up creator. All this is mine, as far as the eye can see. But your document tells you that. From the Upanishads, the Vedas, the Bible, the Quran, they all saying the same thing. It's just you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to read it. But again, when you start getting into your inward parts. Now listen at this. I'm a Breatharian teacher. My job ain't to convince you to be a Breatharian. See, the truth is already in you. My job is to get your mind or your brain in agreement with your body. You already know the truth. I ain't got to say nothing to you. All I got to do is what? Get your mind, your brain, in agreement with your physical body, because you already know the truth. So don't be questioning me. It's just time for you to admit it and come back into yourself. Come back into your fullness. This is what time it is. This is where we at. So again, I'm having a good time out here. Look at this. Wonderful world we at. And you know what? During the lockdown, stop crying. The animals is having a good time. If there's anything you're going to look at on the internet, look how they taking back over the cities, walking around. They got worried about people. The air's getting clear from all that pollution. That's what you should look at. That's the blessing. Just go sit down for a while and go inside and go get you a discipline and transmute these energies. Because again, it's a whole different conversation when you're talking to somebody who's not disciplined to somebody who is. Somebody who is got a more down-to-earth, grounded conversation, and they understand just what you talk about because they're seeking truth, because they're going inside. Now again, this is Elitom El-Amin. Have a good day, and I'm having my good walk here and all this other good stuff. Love you. Keep up the good work.